My name is Shaheen Sidi. Thank you for watching my video. Today's topic is on foreclosures. I'm going to try and walk you through the process of a foreclosure and give you an idea of what to expect along the way. So let's talk about what is a foreclosure. A foreclosure is when the owner of the property has been delinquent for a period of time and not made their mortgage payments. So the bank will then go to the court system and ask the court if they can sell the property. Now what the court will say is, yes, you can sell the property, but what I need you to do is try to get the maximum value for this property in order to protect the owner's interests. So I'll give you an example. Let's say the property's worth $1 million and the mortgage is $400,000. In most cases, if the bank gets their $400,000, they really don't care what the property sells for. It's not in their interest. So they'll sell it for $700 or $600. But what the courts have said is that no, this is not fair to the owner. So you need to market the property and try to get the best value you can and bring it forward to the courts. So when a property is listed by the bank, it's sold in as is, where is condition. And what that means is that if you're purchasing a property from a bank, they ask you to sign a form letting you know that when you view the property may not be the same condition it's in when you take possession of the property. There could be damage to the property. They are not responsible for anything. That's on you. That's your risk. Also to note is that all the properties that are sold on foreclosures, they do not include appliances. So my rule of thumb is that if it's screwed in or plugged in, the likelihood is an owner will remove it from the property. So appliances are plugged in, so therefore, they might be removed. Also light fixtures, garage door openers, anything that can be sold for value and the owner determines they want to sell it and take it with them, or just because they're not happy that they had to sell the property. Okay, so let's say now you want to find a foreclosure. How do you do it? The best way to do it is to hire a realtor. The realtor will ask you what area you're interested in, and they can then go onto the MLS search and narrow down all the foreclosures for you and send them to you. This is the best way you can do it. I don't know of any other way, so keep that in mind. Now, let's say you get this list and you determine there's a property you're really interested in. And you then ask the realtor, hey, can you show me this property? Now, depending on the property, if it's only sold for land value, they will do no showings. And they will just say it's as is, where is. If it's a property that is tenant or owner occupied, they may have like a window of time they can get you in, like maybe every Friday between 1 and 3. It's really tough because for foreclosures, owners and tenants might not be very cooperative. They don't want to move. And so realtors will do their best to try and get you into the house so you can view it. Okay, so now you get into the house and you're viewing the property and you really like it. And you tell the realtor, yes, let's write the offer down. So the realtor takes the property and they fill out your offer. Say, I'm just going to use arbitrary numbers. It's listed for $1 million. You want to offer $850. We put the offer together and we put subjects to inspection and financing and all the other subjects, and we send it to the bank. At this point, the bank's realtor will send us a document that you have to sign saying you understand the property is sold as is, where is. And we then take the document, we sign it, we send it back, and the bank counter offers you, and say the bank counters to $975. and then we recounter to 875 and the bank accepts your offer. So once the bank has accepted your offer, what happens next? They get a court date, which is usually between 3 to 4 weeks from when the offer is accepted. And during this time, remember, the bank's job is to continue to market the property, and they will. And so if they have any other potential buyers, your offer is disclosed, and they let them know that your offer has been accepted at 875 and the court date is on such and such date. So you may not be the only ones bidding for the property. Okay, so now the court date arrives, and it's usually at 9:30 in the morning. We go to court, and the judge asks if there are any other offers. At this point in time, there's two outcomes. The first outcome is that there are no other offers and you win the property next. So the second thing that could happen is that you are not the only offer, and other realtors raise their hands and say, we have an offer. At this point in time, the judge will ask that all realtors please put their offers in a sealed envelope with the deposit check and present them to the court for review. At this point in time, everybody knows your offer is $875. Your offer is not going to be the most in this presentation, but you again have a chance to put in a new offer. And say you decide you're going to put in an offer of $950, your realtor submits your sealed bid, and the court may decide today, or they may take some time to review all the offers and make a decision. The worst case I've seen is where 26 realtors showed up to court to bid on a property. The best case I've seen is where nobody shows up. So it's really hard to know. The more desirable the location, the more desirable the property, the more chances you have other people will come into the mix. So let's say this time you don't win. You have to remember you've spent some money on inspections and other things, and therefore you will lose this money. You do not have any recourse. You took a risk. You wanted to buy a foreclosure. Those are your expenses, even if it doesn't work out. Now let's say that you put the offers in and you win. And whether it's option number 1 or option number 2, you wind up winning the property. What happens next? So what happens is, on completion, the other realtor will give us the keys to get into this property. And you have to remember that as a foreclosure, it is sold as is where is, which means that there may be garbage in the property. Again, you may or may not have any appliances or things, so you should budget for some repairs. And, maybe there's windows broken. It's really hard to say depending on the owner and how the owner leaves the property. So the other thing that could happen is we get to the property and the owner or the tenants are still in the property and refuse to move. So what will happen is then we have to go to court and get the court to issue a bailiff or a sheriff to remove the people. Again, this is at your cost. It could be about $2,500. And they come in and they remove the people, they change the locks, and they basically leave the property in your care. So that's something you need to know as a risk. So thank you for watching my video on foreclosures. I really hope that I've covered the topic so that you're aware of what to expect. My name is Shaheen Sidi. I work for Sutton Centre Realty. I've been in the business for over 15 years. If you have any comments or material you want me to cover, please put them in the comment section. I'll be happy to read them and try and get you some material out. And also, if you like what you see and you want to see more of me, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching.